Racing takes place out at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on Monday, the 15th of January 2024. We are racing on the summer course and we've got 8 races to look forward to on the program, with race number 1 getting underway at 12:25, which is a maiden plate for fillies and mares over the 1,000 meter trip. Joining me on the line is Graham Hawkins. And Graham, how are you doing? How's everything going your side? And obviously good racing over the weekend down in the Western Cape, and we look forward to the meeting on Monday, which sort of just sprung upon us over the past week.
Yeah, an added race meeting. Good to see. Certainly the weather in the Western Cape is fantastic. I feel sorry for everybody in KwaZulu-Natal with the floods coming again. It's really very difficult times for everybody living in KZN, and in particular Durban. And I've seen some videos coming through which are not, describe the tragedy of what's happening there. But very dry, very hot, very warm in the Western Cape. 8 races on the card, tough racing, low-grade racing. Bipot starts in race 1. And as you said, it's a maiden plate for fillies and mares over 1,000 meters. I'm going to go with just 2 horses in the bipot. My top choice would be number 5, Tequila Sky, who gets blinkers for the first time. Now, the Andre Nel stable looking for a genuine hat-trick. They won the last 2 races on Saturday with School Policy and Nordic Chief, and Tequila Sky they saddled here in the opener. The obvious danger is number 12, Strata. Both Tequila Sky and Strata are well tried. They have the right sort of form to win a race of this nature. But there are a couple of well-bred newcomers, Rahil. Dame of Tricks is a half-sister to Lady in Black and Nexus. So half-sister to 2 feature race runners. And she is respected in the market. So if there's betting support, then I might well throw her in. The other well-bred first-timer is number 7, Miss Winter, from the Glen Cotton stable. A very fast family. Pushing Limits and Lucy Rocket can improve. Opera Verse is a full sister to Captain TikTok, who won her 3rd race at Fairview on Friday. But I'm going to rely on number 5, Tequila Sky, and 12, Strata, to get us through the first leg of the bipot. It's a tricky bipot. It's probably an impossible pick 6. There are no ready-made bankers on this card. We saw another pick 6 carry over on Saturday. The Brett Crawford stable was in terrific form. 2 winners at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth and 3 winners at Turpentine. 5 winners across the country, plus many placings. So perhaps they'll pick up where they left off with a couple of winners today. But I'm expecting Andre Nel to complete his hat-trick.
This horse, Listen to the Ocean, I think that now that she's dropping to the 5 furlongs, I think it could suit her a lot better. She's only been over the trip once for a 3rd, and that was 3 starts back at Hollywoodbets Durbanville. And now Ground for Nikak takes a ride for Greg Enion, so maybe at around 14-1, this could be one to include into trifectas and quartets. Come from that same figure 8 form line behind Tequila Sky. But Graham with Andre Nel, and hoping that Tequila Sky can get the job done with the blinkers on. Race number 2, an open maiden over 1,200 meters. This will be the start of the place accumulate on the day. Your favorite is Mac Dazzler. He's currently trading at 5-2 in the market. Son of Rafiq from the Dean Canamere yard. It is 9-2 Tambourine Man, 11-2 About Simply Beautiful, 8-1 and Better Bar those. Now, it's an open maiden, so obviously this horse Mac Dazzler, he's got no rating, so therefore he's got to carry the 61. But it's quite a bold move from Dean Canamere to put his horse into this race, who's having his first start. He must think that he's got some sort of ability, especially to carry 61, concede weight to horses that are knocking on the door, and he's favourite. What do you make of Mac Dazzler's chances?
Yeah, well, there's very little form to work on here, and it's a modest lineup. So if Mac Dazzler's got any kind of real ability, he could certainly make a winning debut. As you say, the conditions of an open maiden don't really help first-timers, because they've got to carry the top weight. 61 is giving away quite a lot of weight to Tambourine Man, who represents the best form in the race. I am a little concerned about the current form of the Canamere stable. A number of his runners have been running below par, but the money is down, so obviously they're expecting a big run from number 8, Mac Dazzler. 5, Tambourine Man must rate the one to beat. Simply Beautiful is having a 23rd start in the maidens, but she's done enough to suggest she can win a race like this. Einstein can improve, and there's another very well-bred first-timer here in the form of number 10, Congressman, from the Andre Nel stable. The Dam won 5 races by Kirari, but not respected at this stage in the market. Number 10, Congressman, easy to back at 12-1. So we have to respect the money that is coming for number 8, Mac Dazzler. The Canamere stable's got a turn, and perhaps Mac Dazzler will get that going. I'm taking no chances in this leg of the bipot. Numbers 4, 5, 8, and 10. Simply Beautiful, Tambourine Man. Throwing in the 2 first time is number 8, Mac Dazzler, and number 10, Congressman, just in case he catches them napping. So the newcomers to be respected. The foremost is number 5, Tambourine Man, from the Inform Adam Marcus stable.
Number 9, Suti, you give him any chance because his last run was quite encouraging behind the Real Prince, and that form line's holding up very nicely.
Yeah, he's got to have some sort of chance in a race like this. He's also got 61 kilograms. He's a young 3-year-old only having his 3rd start, and that's what I'm saying, a 3-year-old having to give weight to the Informed Tambourine Man, who's a 4-year-old. Yes, he's a limited 4-year-old, but he's been runner-up in his last 2 starts. And Suti, like Mac Dazzler and like Congressman, has got to give away 4.5 kilograms to Tambourine Man, so that might be a tall order, but I'm expecting further improvement from Suti, and has to be considered for trifecta and quartet permutations.
Horse number 5, Tambourine Man, trading at 9-2 in the market, and let's see if he can crack the ice at the 10th time of asking. Race number 3 on the program.
One more worth a mention.
Yes.
Sorry, Rahil. Before we go, just talking about trifectas and quartets only. 14 Golden Grey is interesting. He ran very well in his first 2 starts and then lost his way in his next 3. But it's worth noting that he's having his first start down the Hollywoodbets Kenilworth straight since those first 2 runs. His subsequent runs have been at Durbanville around the turn, and then over 1,400 metres at Kenilworth. That was his first run as a gelding. So there could be sudden improvement from number 14 Golden Grey as well.
Yes, definitely. And I see a 16-1 into 14-1. So a bit of a nibble for this son of the non-platina from the Vaughan Marshall yard. And yeah, Vaughan Marshall, he certainly had a nice day out at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on Saturday with a couple of placings and a winner to add to his tally. Race number 3, 1,400 meters, the start of the pick 6. This is another open maiden event, and 13:35 is the off time. Fixed odds betting market favorite is number 3. He knows at 2-1. Richard Free is back aboard the son of Ideal World. It's join the dots at 5-2, 5-1 about explosive speed, and then it's 8-1. And better bar those. Now this horse, he knows, last time out he made a bold bid over 1,600 meters behind Holding Thumbs, who looks to be quite a progressive sort from the Glen Cotton yard, and a horse that could have a fair future if all things go according to plan. But he knows 14 starts in the maidens. He's got 56 kgs on the back. Richard Free takes a ride once again, so that's obviously encouraging. But how confident can you be with a horse that's had 14 starts in the maidens? Because it's easily to go all in on his last start, but prior to that he was well held on previous form. And this horse in the bag, huge draw turnaround from his last start, where 11 out of 16 now comes into gate number 2. He has been a bit disappointing, but surely he's not a 12-1 shot.
No, I agree with you. In the bag is certainly not a 12-1 chance. He does come into this race with more than just an each-way chance. He's one of my 4 inclusions into this leg of the bipot. He knows, I think, was a little flattered by that form line. I don't think we should read too much into the fact that he was just a length and a quarter behind Holding Thumbs. I mean, Holding Thumbs was drawn in the bush that day, was a long way back, and came through to win a good race. I do think Holding Thumbs is a very nice sort, but he knows might be flattered by his proximity to Holding Thumbs. He certainly had the run of the race that day, did He Knows. But he does remain on form, the one to beat. I'm expecting improvement from Go It Alone. He has his first run as a gelding. He showed a lot of promise on debut, then lost his way completely in his next 2 starts. He received the unkindest cut of all after his last disappointing performance. That might do the trick at number 7, Go It Alone, could show a lot of improvement. And I mentioned Brett Crawford, the good form the stable was in on Saturday. Well, the key horse here is number 9, Join the Dots, a very well-bred son of Vercingetorix. The Dam was a grade 1 winner. We come back to the point that he's got 60 to carry. 3-year-old having his first start, having to give He Knows 4 kilograms. Not going to be easy. Interesting that he steps Join the Dots out over 1,400 meters first time. He's in the market. And if he shortens any further, then you've got to have healthy respect for number 9, Join the Dots. Obviously, from a pick 6 point of view, this being 8-race card, first leg of the pick 6, Join the Dots is a first-timer you can quite safely ignore, but you can't ignore from a place accumulator, bipod, and other bets point of view. So the 4 horses for me are 2 in the bag. 3 He Knows, 7 Go It Alone, and 9 Join the Dots. He Knows could get it done. In the bag represents very good value, and if Join the Dots is anything well above average, then he'll blow this lot away.
Yeah, absolutely. Number 9, Join the Dots. Comment from Brett Crawford in the front of the computer form. Working well, quartet chance. I think that's good enough to see this horse being very, very competitive. And as you heard from Graham, follow the market carefully when it comes to his current price. Race number 4. This is an open maiden for the fillies and mares, and at 10 past 2, the off time, 1400 meters the trip. Favorite F8 at 22 to 10. Cosmic Energy is trading at 4 to 1. 7 to 1 about True Horizon, and then it is 8 to 1 and Better Bar those. Now, when we have a look at this contest, this horse F8, consistent form, knocking on the door for that maiden victory. Richard Free aboard once again for Patrick Creer, and 12 starts in the maiden, so what you see is what you get with this individual. But it's not a race where the form particularly stands out. This horse, Cosmic Energy, made good improvement last time out in an open maiden behind Royal Rhythm, and comes in no penalty for that good run. So she could obviously be on the up now, going over 1400 meters from a good draw, and Craig Zaki aboard. But as you mentioned, Canamere a bit quiet at the moment, so that could be the concern.
Yeah, this is the Royal Rhythm form line, which features Jet Green, Cosmic Energy, and True Horizon, versus the Nile the Boss form line. Ice Rain did come out over the weekend. Ice Rain had run second behind Nile the Boss, did come out over the weekend and run a fair race, second behind Wagoog. I think F8, if you're looking to manufacture a banker for the day, and I use that word manufacture deliberately because certainly no good thing, 13th run in the maidens, but placed in her last 5 starts, so she's knocking very loudly at the door, gets the services of Richard Faree. He stays with F8, he's ridden her in the last 3 starts. His agent Ken Nicol obviously believes that she's going to get it right one of these days, and F8 does bring the strongest form into the race, no doubt about it. The Trey Schick form line was also flattered over the weekend, so both of those form lines did stand up relatively well at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on Saturday. So if you're looking to take a chance with a banker, then number 5, F8, fits that bill. Jet Green disappointed me last time, goes around the turn, might be a factor. Cosmic Energy and True Horizon, as I say, they all come out of that Royal Rhythm form line, which I suspect is not a great form line. Royal Rhythm was a very surprise winner, but obviously we'll have to wait and see how that form develops. But F8, I think is probably, for me, if I have to label one horse as being the best bet on the card, then I'd have to go with number 5, F8.
Yeah, F8, 22 to 10 in the market. If you are looking to go short, this could be the leg where you do just that. Race number 5. 14:45 open maiden, 1800 meters the trip, and your favorite in this contest is English Mistress at 7 to 2. Fairfield 5 to 1. Dawn Cloud 11 to 2. Approach Shot at 6 to 1. It's an 8 to 1 Heliotrope, and then 10 to 1 and Better Bar those. Now, Graham, when we have a look at the top of the boards, it obviously does look to be a race where the market is sort of suggesting that it is a very, very open race, and it's a field of 16 runners, so a lot of luck in running is going to be required in order to win a race like this. But what do you make of this event, because it does look to be very, very trappy?
Toughest race on the card, many with chances. All of numbers 1 Heliotrope, 4 Dream Searcher, 6 Dawn Cloud, 7 Fairfield, 10 English Mistress, 12 Approach Shot, and 13 Analytic come into the race with winning chances. So if we're bankering F8 and taking our chances there, then I think we can go a little wider here. I'm putting 5 horses into the bipod, numbers 4, 6, 7, 10 and 13. I'm not going to nail my colours to the mast here. I think Analytic might represent good each way value at around 8-1, drawn a little wide though. But Gold Standard, she's a daughter of Gold Standard, had a fabulous weekend. With Gold Poker Game winning on Friday, and of course Hold My Hand winning on Saturday, and perhaps Analytic, although winning a modest maiden, can continue the winning trend for Gold Standard, but no good thing appeals as an each-way bet at the price. Fairfield is likely to improve further. Dream Searcher finished ahead of Fairfield last time. Dawn Cloud was in that holding thumbs race, so he knows runs earlier, and so we'll have to, if he knows runs well, then Dawn Cloud can run well, but it's wide open. It's wide open. English Mistress brings solid form into the race, having run second to Family Power last time out, and Approach Shot also coming along the right way. But it's a really, really tough race, Rahil. Analytic, my suggestion is an each-way play and possibly a roving trifecta and quartet banker, but not with any degree of confidence at all.
Yes, indeed. Very, very tricky race where you need to go very wide in the exotics, and I think you could get a very good result for you if you include quite a few outsiders in the fifth race. Race number 6, a Class 5 contest over 1,400 meters, and this is the Country Championship, a new initiative that has been launched in the past week or so, and it gives chance to the lower rated horses, and we see that on show here because we've got horses rated 50 all the way up to 74 in this Class 5. Now Slurry Cane is at 14-10 in the market from an 11 draw. It's 5-2 about Like the Clappers, 7-1 Veronique, and then it's 10-1 and Better Bar Those. Now there's no doubt that Slurry Cane's last start was a good performance behind No Apologies, who took on tougher opponents yesterday and didn't put up the greatest of efforts, but he's obviously a horse that can win his fair share of races. An 11 draw over 1,400 meters. Richard's gonna need to box smart from there.
Yeah, he is going to have to box smart. It worries me that in a Class 5 handicap, I'm making it a choice race because it doesn't often turn out that way in these low-class handicaps. In past form, there's very little to choose between number 7, Like the Clappers, and number 11, the Slurry Cane. There was only a length and a half between them last time out, and if you go back to the form on the 11th of April, which was a long time ago, where Slurry Cane beat Like the Clappers. So they've met each other and raced against each other on a number of occasions, nothing to choose between them. Slurry Cane would be my first choice. Would I be rushing out to grab 14-10? No way. Number 7, Like the Clappers, is the backup. So for me, it's a 2-horse contest. Putting those 2 horses into the bipod. There's a little bit of support coming for number 9, Veronique, from longer odds into around 7-1. And my idea of the big bomb landing, if it does land, would be number 2, Kibonala Sedi. He rates upset chance. He's drawn well. He's been disappointing, but he's the kind of horse that could suddenly improve. But I don't often make a Class 5 low-grade handicap at tourist race, but I'm going to rely on number 7, Like the Clappers, and number 11, Slurry Cane, to get us through. I'm not looking for a big result here, and I'm hoping that the form book stands up.
Yeah, just 7 and 11, and as you heard from Graham, if you are looking for a real bomb, horse number 2, Kabona Lasedi, 20-1 the current price, and at around 7-2 for top 3 place with this son of Pomodoro from the Eric Sands yard. Race number 7, the penultimate race on the day. This is a Cape B Stakes for fillies and mares over 1,200 meters. Winter Rainfall, 22-10, 7-2 about Mears Harper, 4-1 Knockout, 8-1 and Better Bar Those. Now Winter Rainfall was nominated for one of the features. I think it was the Cartier Scepter Stakes, if I'm not mistaken, on King's Plate Day, and she obviously didn't get a run, and this is the race that they've turned to run this filly in, and she's obviously one that's got a lot of ability. Her form is quite good. 1,200 meters, I think, could be the right trip for this individual, and she's a filly that has already notched up 2 wins. She's got 60 kgs on the back, but I don't think it's a concern given that she's an improving horse, and she's a horse that has got a lot of scope for improvement. But Knockout, I thought, was quite a nice winner last time out in a Class 4 event when beating Mears Harper. Got a 4-point penalty for that, and 1,200 meters straight course seems to be a game.
Yeah, Yeah, there's nothing to choose between number 7, Knockout, and number 8, Mia's Harper. As you've mentioned, Mia's Harper's a half a kilogram better off for a narrow defeat, which brings them very much closer together. But racing doesn't always map out as the mathematics would suggest it does. So both Knockout and Mia's Harper have strong claims. You've mentioned Winter Rainfall, steps up to 1,200 meters for the first time in her career. Her form down the lane at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth is good. She's had 3 starts down the straight for 2 wins. She was impressive last time out when beating Palo Queen, who runs in the 8th and last race on this program. And Winter Rainfall has always been held in high regard. She does have to concede a bit of weight to both number 7, Knockout, and number 8, Mia's Harper. She may be good enough to do just that. But I think you need to throw all 3 of these into the mix as far as jackpots and pick sixes are concerned. I think you need to throw all of numbers 2, Winter Rainfall, 7, Knockout, and 8, Mia's Harper into the mix. 5, Great Cat should be held on form by Knockout and Mia's Harper, but she might have something more to come. Flying V caught the eye behind this green light, but her overall form suggests that she might have a tough task to lower the colours of Winter Rainfall, Knockout, and Mia's Harper. Those are the top 3 selections. I'm actually leaning towards number 8, Mia's Harper, very healthy respect for number 2, Winter Rainfall. She might just have a much brighter future than both Knockout and Mia's Harper. So she's entitled to a position at the top of the boards.
Race number 7 looks to be quite an interesting contest, and looking forward to it, which gets underway at 4 o'clock. Race number 8. This will be the final race on the day. 1,000 meters a trip. This is a Cape C Stakes for fillies and mares. 16:35 the off time, and when we have a look at the fixed odds betting market, Palo Queen is your favorite at 2-1. It is 7-2 easy money, 4-1 Karandi, 11-2 Tibetan Voyage, 7-1 and better bar those. Now number 4, which is Palo Queen, she ran second to Winter Rainfall last time out. You mentioned that in the previous race, and she's obviously got course and distance form, but she's got a big weight to carry of 61.5 for an individual that is consistent, but whether she's going to be able to carry the weight to victory, that has to be a question mark.
Yeah, she's got nice form. You know, I've been quite a fan of Palo Queen for a long time, and she did arrive at a nice price when we fancied her. If you look at her form, last 4 runs, second to Candy Town, she looks decent. A win over Montalina, she's definitely decent. 4th behind Highly Confidential, she's decent. And then, of course, 2nd behind Winter Rainfall. Now, Winter Rainfall might do that form a lot of good by winning the previous race. So I think Palo Queen is the one to beat. Can she be relied on as a banker bet? Not for me. I think there are others that could surprise. Number 3, Silver Screen, in receipt of quite a lot of weight, is the type that could surprise. She did show a lot of pace behind Winter Rainfall. Strictly on that form line, she's held by Palo Queen. But as I mentioned a moment ago, races are run on the turf, not necessarily on paper. And I suspect that Silver Screen could improve on that. Easy money. Not the most consistent around, but she can gallop when in the mood. And then Karandi showed a lot of pace behind Hear My Voice. That was over 100 meters further than this race. And back to the minimum trip, number 7, Karandi, could be a danger. I think Palo Queen is definitely the one to beat, but I do respect the chances of Silver Screen, Easy Money, and Karandi.
Yeah, a few horses in with winning chances in the final race on the day over the 5 furlongs, and it closes off the place accumulator, the pick 6, and jackpot 2. That is the 8 races out at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on Monday, the 15th of January. Graham, if you were to sort of go short your horse earlier on, you mentioned F8, that would be the horse to possibly play around on the day?
Yeah, you know, we can't go wide in every leg, so somewhere along the way you've got to take chances. This, as I said, is a card. It's an 8-race program with a couple of low-grade handicaps and 4 open maidens. So the warning signs are there that we could be in for a real testing day at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth, but that of course provides the opportunity for the bipods. The place accumulator paid over 10,000 rand on Saturday, and it wasn't that hard really. There obviously 1 or 2 upsets, but there were also banker opportunities. So if you structure it right, then you can get away with it. And I think if you're looking to manufacture a favourite, my best bet on the card would have to be number 5, F8 in the 4th race.
That will be the start of Jackpot 1 race number 4. Graham, thanks very much for your time. All the best. Have a wonderful week.
Thank you, Rahil, and to everybody living in the flood-ravaged areas. Stay safe, and our thoughts and prayers are with you guys.
Yes, most definitely. Thoughts are with you, and all the best with racing out at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on Monday. Hopefully, it's a profitable day's racing.